Snuffling game.
You need a cloak of fog about you every minute to hide your twisted face for you, Vincent.
I'll twist your face. I'll slice your dumb face! Peace!
Like a pair of street urchins you are. Keep your voices low and be still.
Aye, she cannot be long now. That coach full of fat birds just waiting to be plucked.
We'll have their fine feathers, that we will.
It's late.
Laden down, maybe.
Aye, with fat old women like lumps of lard, and paunchy old squires with half a dozen chins.
Why not with pretty ladies, slim and wide-eyed, just waiting for a bold gentleman?
Aye, gentlemen of the road. Look, the fine feathers. We would indeed.
Hush! Listen.
I hear it. 'Tis the coach, all right.
See a gleam of light.
To your places, lads, take from my pistol shots.
Step down, sir, coachman, if you wish to keep 2 eyes in your head. If you choose, I will replace with a ball of lead.
You rogues, you'll suffer this. The law will have you by and by, you mark my
The
words.
law is too clumsy and slow to catch such swift night birds as we be. So gently, sir.
Out you come, every last one of you.
And if you wish to see the sun rise, you'll smile sweetly as we relieve you some of your surplus baggage.
What have we here? What have we here? Pretty bird indeed.
Oh, I can't tell you, ruffian! How dare you lay your dirty, thieving hands upon a lady!
Hold your tongue, woman!
Now!
Vincent, unhand the lady. Now.
What'd you say to me?
I say unhand her. Do it or by God's teeth out. I apologize, dear lady, for the uncouth behaviour of this rogue. He has no manners. We mean you no harm.
Godfrey plays a gentleman, methinks.
Aye, a rustic gentleman. What would his true love Molly say to that?
No harm, 'tis true. Once you've slung your valuables and he's your back. You first, your holiness, if you please.
I assure you, sir, I have nothing worth your trouble, not a thing.
And I assure you, sir, never yet have I encountered a holy Joe that doesn't carry a little something. Have you, lads?
Nah.
Speak the truth now. Shame and devil, your worship. Out with it!
'Tis all I have about me. You, sir, are a scoundrel. You'll swing on the gibbet for this, may your flesh rot and the crows eat your innards.
You! Your purse and your pocket watch, and quickly! You see my friend over there with the knife. He is becoming impatient, and you would hate to see him lose his temper. I recall once he sliced the ears clean off an innkeeper, who made him wait a minute or two for his ale.
You will not frighten my husband, you villain. Do something, Josiah. Just going to let these ruffians rob us as we stand. Shh! Tackle him! Knock him down with your stick! Shh!
Hold your tongue, woman.
Step down now, Sirrah, or it will be the worst for you. My husband here will soon put an end to your impertinence.
Quiet, you old fool.
Indeed he will. So be off with you now. Josiah, disarm him at once. Josiah, you're a man or a mouse?
Well, Josiah, are you a man or a mouse?
A mouse. Most certainly, a mouse. Here, take my purse. My pocket watch. Take them, please. My signet ring. My snuff box. Solid gold, you know.
Josiah, you are too generous. And now, madam.
Ah! Keep back! Do not touch me, for I am a respectable woman.
Here, madam, down your trinkets I require. That pretty chain around your squirmy neck.
Well, fine, bauble.
Not forgetting the rings. That handsome ruby.
Oh, good sir, believe me, they are stuck fast. They've not left my fingers in some 15 years or more. Try as I might, they will not budge.
Why then? We'll have to take the fingers off with them! Are you going to take our knight? Get the booty and go!
Her ladyship here. Quickly now, your money in your bits and pieces.
Here's all I have. Hetty, give him the purse.
What's this? A few shillings.
Don't waste my time! Or it'll be the worse for you!
She speaks the truth. We have no more than this.
A fine lady, dressed in fine clothes, travelling with her maid, and only a few shillings. I'll squeeze out of them. I'll search every nook.
You will not lay a finger on her, or by God you'll answer to me, Vincent.
We haven't time to fight amongst ourselves. They're lying. Let's find the stuff and be away.
Give me time. If you speak the truth, and I believe you do, then tell us why a lady of your station, travels through this country practically penniless. It makes no sense to us. But if you lie, it will be the worse for you.
I have never known my lady to lie. Ever. Lying is for the likes of villains. Like you.
Calm yourself, Hetty. My name is Lady Camilla Southernwood. I am travelling to Kentigern Court, the home of Sir Pegram Kentigern.
We know him well.
And like him not.
I am to be his wife.
But that cannot be. Sir Pegram is the most cruel villain in the Shire. And you are so...
I do not choose to marry him. I have no choice in the matter. You see, my father owed Sir Pegram hundreds of pounds, thousands. He was foolish, reckless. Sir Pegram cultivated his friendship and persuaded him to invest in business ventures overseas. Of course, they came to nothing, and to try and recoup his losses, he began to gamble. Sir Pegram encouraged him, let him win a little, but gradually he lost everything. His money, his townhouse, his land, and finally Southernwood Manor itself. But still with debts outstanding, Sir Pegram threatens him with bankruptcy and the rest of his days in a debtor's prison. He could not endure that. I could not endure that.
Dear lady, I cannot bear to see you weep.
But you'll take her last few pennies. You're as bad as he you call a cruel villain. He has taken everything from Lord Southernwood, apart from the daughter he loves so much. And now he means to have her. Only if my lady consents to marry this fiend will he spare her father from bankruptcy and prison. So you see, there's little you can do to make us more wretched than we are already, unless you take our honour or our lives. Indeed, there may be some blessing in that. Do your worst, robber.
Necessity has made me a thief, it is true. But I am not quite without honour and feeling. I swear to you now, sweet lady, that if I can in any way prevent this dreadful match, then I will.
Well struck? He's moonstruck more like.
We have the bowie. Let's away! Your dalliance, sir, will cost you dearly. Let's be gone.
My name is Godfrey, ma'am. You shall see me again. Ere long.
I will see him, a-dangling from the gibbet, you mark my words. Now then, ladies and gents, back on the coach, we'll make good speed for being a bit lighter, no doubt.
Could you give that
Not even carrying the trunk to the door.
Why should he? He knew we had no money to offer him for his pains. I am poor now, Hetty. We could not expect such luxury as that to which we were accustomed.
You will not be poor for long, madam. Soon you will be married to the richest and most powerful man in the county. He will be able to give you whatever you desire.
Will he, Hetty?
No, of course not. I was just...
I know. So this is Kentigern Court. This is to be my home. How grim. No temple haunting martlet here. No scent of gillyflowers about the door. No laughing sound of water in the brook. Just the silent mist rising from the marshes and the smell of fear that oozes from the cold grey stone. It seems to me to be about as inviting us Australia. Oh, Hetty, must we enter it?
We must, for your father's sake. How we must be longing to see you again.
Yes, of course. Yet something deep inside me is telling me that when I step inside that place, my life will end. Oh, not that I will die, you understand, but that somehow... Oh, Hetty, I'm so afraid.
I know, but you must try and be brave for your father's sake. I will be with you all the time.
Then ring the bell, Hetty. Ring the bell.
Ring the bell. I hear that sound and I know it summons me to hell. All that I had has now been taken by my friends. I am forsaken. I will remain sincere to help you face your darkest fear. Tonight I must begin. We must enter in. We must enter in. We must enter in. We must enter in. We must enter that summons you undoubtedly can't stay out of me. Don't scream and shout to me. Summons you undoubtedly to hell. Ring the bell. Step inside. You're frightened now. Your fears will multiply. Don't think your friends will ever find you. Once the doors slam shut behind you, and you see the words writ clear, abandon hope who enter here. So smile and make the most till you meet your host. Ding dong, ding dong, ring the bell. You hear it, lady, and you know what it portends. You ring it though you know. For you it is the man that summoned you undoubtedly can't stay out of me. Don't scream and shout at me. Summoned you undoubtedly to hell. Sir Stephen will be down by and by, ladies. At the moment, he's in his lair. His where? He's in his lair, ma'am. That's what he calls his private chambers.
Be so kind as to inform Sir Pegram that Lady Camilla Southernwood has arrived.
He will know that, my lady. There's no need for me to tell him. And anyway, it'd be more than my life is worth to disturb him when he's in his lair. No one's allowed to do that. Not even me.
Not even you. And what is so special about you? You're a child.
You have a keen eye, ma'am. I am Prefectus. I am in charge of this lot. I am his most trusted servant. You two! Take the ladies' luggage to their rooms. Make yourself comfortable, ladies. As comfortable as you can. And just ring if you should require anything. Flitch will be there. That's me. Flitch.
What kind of a place is this, Hetty? Comfortable. There is less comfort here than in the poorest cottage. What have we come to? What a sweet child. Yes, but he looks so tired and hungry.
Camilla, my dearest.
Father! Oh, Father! You You don't look well. Lost weight.
I'm well enough, and better for seeing you. And you, Hetty, have you been taking good care of her?
Don't I always, my lord?
Of course you do. What can I say? I've been a very stupid old man, and now you must pay for my mistakes. If there was any other way, then believe me, can you ever find it in your heart to forgive me?
But there is another way, my lord. We could just leave here now. The three of us. We could just leave this house and fly this dreadful place. We'd find some kind of life for ourselves somehow. And at least we'd not be prisoners.
Oh, Hetty, you do not know our host as I know him. We would not get beyond the first village. He has such power. His spies, they're everywhere. And he's unrelenting. He would pursue us to the furthest corners of the earth.
You know there is nothing to keep you here, Hetty. You are free to leave at any time. How could you even think of such a thing? Nothing would induce me to leave you.
A noble sentiment. I hold loyalty in very high regard. And when I observe the object of such loyalty, I can understand the reason for it. I pray you, young lady, give me your hand. Yes, I like what I see, Southernwood. Your daughter comes up to expectations. Yes, I like what I see. And something of a connoisseur of fine and beautiful things, and my dear, you are fine and beautiful. I like to have such things, and I am so very pleased that I shall have you. Yes, I like what I see. I like what I see. I like what I see. And I think that I can safely say you're going to like me. As an eligible bachelor, there's none to compare. With my breeding and my money, with my nonchalance and flair. So I kiss your hand in welcome and caress your golden hair. And before this month is over, I shall take you to my love. I like what I see, and your reticence just makes you more attractive to me. For the things that I most highly prize are always hard to win, but I get them and I'll get you, sure as Amadeus.
Become my nightmare.
This ring, my dear, will bind you to me. Have you ever seen a stone such as that before?
Never, sir.
'Tis a blue diamond from a mine I own in the Cape of Good Hope. On our wedding day you shall wear a priceless necklace of the same blue stones. I shall shower you with jewels.
I set no store by such frippery. There is no jewel as precious to me as freedom, Sir Pegram.
If I have a pretty songbird, I keep it in a gilded cage, and so it is safe and will not fly away. You will be my pretty bird. You will be my wife. Before this month is out, I shall have placed a band of pure white gold upon your finger.
Must it be so soon? Well, you have just met and need to talk. Get to know one another. A courtship of several months as usual.
Hold your prattling tongue. You cannot organize your own affairs, and so I thank you not to interfere in mine. I'm not in the habit of having to wait for what I want. I see it. I have it. That is my philosophy.
You call that a philosophy? I call it plain, selfish greed.
And if I see something that offends me, I have it removed from my sight. Take heed of that. Flitch! Tonight we shall have a banquet to celebrate the occasion of our betrothal. Pamper my guests, Flitch. Pander to their every whim. Until tonight, my sweet, when we shall get to know each other much, much better.
Sir Pegram.
You're very quiet, boy. Something troubling you?
I don't know, sir. It's just a feeling I've got.
What kind of feeling?
I just feel that something's gone wrong tonight. I feel that something's happened to Godfrey. I don't know why. I don't know why I feel that way, but I do. You think I'm stupid, I know, but my heart tells me that something's gone amiss tonight.
Well, my eyes tell me that you're talking out the back of your wig, girl. Say yeah now.
Or was it something deep in the heart of my bottom?
Your jest is lost on me, Ada.
It's me to laugh at, Godfrey. I was so worried about you, me thoughts million before you. But you've returned to me safe and sound. Nothing is amiss. Tell me all is well. This silence kills me. Why do you look so strangely?
All is well. Strangely, it's how I used to be, Molly. When we was in the woods this evening. Isn't that so, lad? When we to make the acquaintance of a certain pretty lady.
Hold your mischief-making tongue, Vincent.
But when I did lay my rough and horny hand gently upon the pretty lady's shoulder, so that I might politely relieve her of some of the heavy luggage, Godfrey here did bear down on me like the wrath of God.
You abused the lady. There was no call for you to.
And when this pretty lady, this lady Camilla Sutherwood, with her fine clothes and made performances that she's not two farthings through altogether, Godfrey here laps up every word dripping from a pretty light mouth and stands transfixed as if.
Yes, I believe her everything.
And still, this poor woman, through no fault of her own, be forced into marriage with Sir Pegram Kentigern. Everyone here present knows that man with the callous monster he is. This sweet girl is to be sacrificed on the altar of his lust. I felt some compassion for her. Who among you would not have felt as I did?
And what is she to you, this Lady Camilla?
She is nothing to me.
Yet I did hear him swear, man, that he would do everything in his power to prevent this marriage. Adam, did you not hear him make such a promise?
Aye, I heard him.
Lister, Brady, did you hear him swear?
Aye, both heard. 'Tis true. I said that I...
Swore!
I swore to try and help her. But I know not how to save her from this wretched fate. But surely we should all try and think of...
I would not cross Sir Pegram Kentigern if my mother's life depended on it.
All right. Some say it's more beastly man. His cruelty knows no bounds.
She must have made quite an impression on you, this Lady Camilla.
Ah, she did. His eyes stood out in stalks. Never seen him. You in the same way, dear Mom.
Ignore him. His only wish is to turn you against me. I warn you, Vincent. Hold your meddlesome tongue.
Perhaps he wants to prevent the marriage, so that he can marry the pretty Lady Camilla and rise to the ranks of the aristocracy, leaving you, dear Mole, abandoned by the wayside.
You blackguard! How dare you utter such lies? Molly, you must pay no heed to what he says.
Oh Lord, I hate the taste of Godfrey!
Well then, Sir Godfrey, if my meddlesome tongue offends you so much, come and cut it off! Ah!
I've given my word that I'll try and help this girl. I cannot break my word. You must understand that, Mom. She needs our help. I'm not abandoning you, but neither can I abandon her. Surely you can understand. Will no one stand with me in this? Molly, will you? Then I shall stand alone, even against Sir Pegram, if that is the way it must be.
He's got courage, Mom. You don't advance in that.
Courage? Ha! Foolishness, more like.
My gentleman friend went out tonight, and he went on the snaffling lay. But something deep within me says his plans have gone astray. And fear now fills my aching heart where love had been before, and hope clings by its fingertips as dreams crash to the floor.
The fates weave sticky webs to catch the unsuspecting fly. Then spider-like they wait and watch with cold, all-seeing eye.
Scarcely touched your food, Lady Camilla. The cooks will be disappointed. They prepared some of their finest dishes for you. Perhaps they were a trifle too rich compared with what you are used to.
I am sorry, sir. I have little appetite today.
How sad. I have a sensational appetite for all good things. And you, Hetty, have you eaten well?
Alas, no, Sir Pegram. I fear your food sticks in my throat.
Oh dear. I wonder what it could be. A fishbone, perhaps? Or maybe a shank end of ham?
I have dined exceedingly well. The guinea fowl was succulent. The braised parsnips were cooked to perfection. The potatoes were a little flowery past, but nonetheless.
I feel that a complete post-mortem is unnecessary. Spike, pour some brandy. The ladies first, you imbecile!
I pray you, sir, no strong liquor for me or for Hetty.
Indeed, you are not your father's daughter. In 3 years of his acquaintance, I've never yet known him to refuse strong liquor of any description. However, I feel that on this very special occasion, the occasion of our engagement, that we must drink to one another and toast each other's future happiness. Together.
I would rather...
Madam, I insist. You putrid little parasite! How dare you treat my honoured guest, your future mistress, with such contempt!
Sir, it was an accident. I apologise most humbly. My lady, I'm so sorry.
Your apology is worthless. The lady does not wish to hear it. She wishes to see you taught a lesson.
No! Please! It was an accident. The boy meant no harm.
Have mercy, sir. I beg you. I shall be more careful in the future.
Spare the boy, Sir Pegram, if you have any compassion.
Give me your hand, boy. Your right hand.
Please don't hurt me, sir.
What a pretty little hand. What a pretty little finger.
Ah! You vile boy! How could you do that to such a small child?
Hetty, you must not speak disrespectfully to Sir Pegram. We are his guests. You must remember your place, girl.
I find your acting coldly and contemptible, Sir Pegram, and not worthy of a gentleman. And you, father, are you so changed since you came to this place that you can no longer see what is good and what is despicable? Can you condone this?
Well, Lord Suttonwood, you must answer your daughter. Do you condone or condemn my action?
Well, this is your home, Sir Pegram. And it is only right and respectful that we should accept your modus vivendi. After all, Camilla, when in Rome...
Want you to be one servants to the lions?
Ladies, I have upset you. I apologize. We are not used to such genteel company here. I must make amends. Fletch! Take this poor child down to the kitchens and minister to his poorly finger.
I shall see to it personally, master.
Oh, and thrash him soundly for creating such a scene.
What did you write, Hitch?
Come with Flitch.
I asked him to find a sweetmeat or two for the boy to chew on. In such matters, it is my wont to speak in hushed tones so the others do not hear and accuse me of favoritism.
Ha, you stupid fool!
I try to be even-handed in my treatment of them. It is time, Lord Sevenwood, that you lay down on your bed before you fall down on my floor. Camilla, have your maid escort your father to his chamber.
We have only arrived today. Hetty knows not which is my father's chamber. Surely one of your servants can escort him.
If you wish.
Good night, Camilla. Good night, Sir Pegram. The Pinafore was unsucculent. The braised part was perfection.
I shall retire now myself, with your permission. We have had a long day and sleep hangs heavy on my eyelids.
I'm afraid I must withhold my permission for a little time. You see, I desire to spend a few moments alone with my future wife so I may get to know her more intimately. Hetty, go and prepare your mistress's chamber.
I cannot leave my lady-in-law with you. Unchaperoned, it would not be proper. I am surprised you should even suggest it, sir.
You wench are too presumptuous for a servant and need to know your place. Your mistress and I are engaged to be married, and if I wish to have a few private words with her, then I shall do so. You will leave us now. What a pretty little hand. What a pretty little... Where did you get this ring?
My mother gave it to me before she died.
Your mother?
Yes.
What a pretty little finger. Come closer to me. Come closer to me. Let me feel your silky smoothness. Come and sit upon my knee. I could eat you, you're delicious. I could drink you, you are wine. You can fight and scratch and struggle, but remember, you're mine. You're mine. Intrusive hussy! You will leave now, this minute!
I will gladly leave this pit of depravity, but I will take my mistress with me, so you can't lay your disgusting hands. Your filthy hand. on an innocent body again.
Your mistress stays here with me at Kentigern Court, or else she rots in a debtor's prison with her father. Shall we let her decide? Camilla, which is it to be? I think you have your answer. Now get out! You may stay in the barn until morning. Let it not be said that I am heartless. A servant will bring you your belongings. Now let me not set eyes on you again, or I will not be responsible for my own actions.
Please, I beg you, let her stay. She is my only friend.
You have new friends now, hasn't she, Flitch?
Course she has.
And we will have to find you a new maid, one that can be trusted.
I have just such a person in mind, sir. My mother would be honoured to serve such a lady.
Oh, Flitch, so young yet so perceptive. What would I do without you? Fetch her immediately. You boys, escort Lady Camilla to her bedchamber. I bid you good night, my treasure. Sleep well.
Here, have a swig of this. It'll help to kill the pain.
No, I want to feel it. I want to feel the pain. The more it hurts, the more I hate him. And I want to hate him. I want him to feel pain. I don't think he's ever felt pain in his life.
Oh, yes, he has. I heard tell that when he was a child, he used to take great pleasure in teasing and tormenting his father's hounds. One day, one of the bitches gave birth to a litter of pups, and the young Sir Pegram took one, tied it to a railing, and used it as target practice with his pistol. He didn't aim to kill it, mind. He aimed to keep it alive as long as possible, while he blew bits off it. And then, when he'd finally finished it up, he took another, and did exactly the same. He liked to hear them squeal.
Same as he liked to hear you squeal, Spiky, when he did that to you. I saw his face. He was smiling.
Anyway, the next time the old Sir Pegram went hunting, 'tis said the hounds were unsettled and restless, the whole pack of them. The young Sir Pegram, who was out with his father, came a cropper in Scarley Woods. No sooner had he fallen from his horse, but the hounds was upon him, every last one, snarling and tearing, fighting amongst themselves to rip a piece out of him. Of course his father and the other gents hacked away through, whips thrashing, pistols blasting. But by the time they got to the young Sir Pegram, one arm had gone, bitten clean away, and his face and body was torn and scarred and covered in blood. Oh, he's known pain all right, and now he devotes himself to inflicting it on others.
'Tis true, that story. Every word. I heard it myself from old blind Edgar in the village. Only he tells it better than you, Eric.
I think that Eric tells it well. Better than anyone here can.
Yeah.
That explains why dear master never goes hunting.
I overheard him talking once. He says he takes no delight in hunting birds and beasts, and that people are his prey. He pursues them and destroys them. Slowly. He knows more ways of causing pain than any other man alive. I'm sure of that.
What can we do to him?
What couldn't we do to him?
I bet we could think of some really horrible things to do to him. I'd like to lock him in a dungeon where he can't stand up, and there's slime on the walls and the floor,
And the thunder clouds and the darkest in,
And day by day the walls closing.
So into
she's so beautiful.
Yeah, she's the most beautiful lady I've ever seen. We can't let him hurt her. We mustn't let such a lady marry a beast. It would be...
A tragedy.
Yeah, that's what it'd be, a tragedy. So what can we do?
We can't do anything despite me, our love. We can sing about doing things to him, but we can't actually do them now, can we?
Here's Sir Peter. Got even a sniff of anything going on here. It wouldn't be a finger he'd break. It'd be your neck.
And he knows everything that goes on. It wouldn't surprise me if he wasn't listening. Right now, to every word we say. It seems he has the power to know everything. I swear that man ain't human.
But we must do something.
I'd like to creep up right beside him when he's fast asleep, when he's snoozing in his lap. And I'd smile and make my apologies. His eyes flicker open and the blade he sees, 'cause rays look like a wine through cheese. That's what I like to do to him, but I think I'm too kind-hearted.
What could we do to look like him? We could let the dogs take him, live from him. We could bury him up to his eyes in the mud, and let the leeches suck out his last drop of blood. The only thing good enough for him is vengeance from above, and nothing else could be quite bad.
Having a sing-song, eh? Everyone enjoying themselves? Making merry? Very good. Very good. And I would like a bit of a sing-song myself. I make so bold as to contribute a verse. I'd like to catch the little blighter who thinks he's smart and defies the master's rule. And I sense my trap in the dead of night, and the boy steps in, and the jaws snap tight. They sever his legs with a single bite. That's what I'd like to do to him, but I think I'm too kind-hearted. And that was my little spiking. Feeling better, is he?
With a broken finger and the beating you gave him, how do you think he feels?
I take that to be a very impertinent remark, Master Eric. And what's more, it suggests that you don't know your place in his household. That's been the case. I shall have to remind you. I take this opportunity, moreover, to remind you all of who his privectors here, under the full authority of Sir Pegram. And I do advise you that he will be fully aware of all the mutterings and manoeuvrings that go on below stairs. And those responsible will be called to account. Oh, indeed they will! Called to account on no uncertain terms. You know our master as well as I do. Well, almost. Take heed. No, not spiking. I have a job for you. Hold a finger and all. One of those sweet little ladies what you have taken such a shine to has been recognised by Sir Pegram for the 12 years, and she's been slung out in the stable yard, where she's presently sobbing her heart out. You, boy, will fetch all the belongings from a chamber and sling them out after her. Well, go on! Move! And you'll have work to do, every one of you.
A little better. Why did they throw you out?
I dared to try and defend
restrained my mistress from your master's evil advances.
It wasn't my fault then.
Your fault? No. Although I don't suppose he was too pleased with what my mistress and I had to say about his beastly behaviour. Is he always so cruel?
Always. But we must do something to save the Lady Camilla.
Of course we must. But how?
I do not know. But that is her window. Perhaps, when all the household is asleep, we could help her climb down and we could fly this dreadful place.
She will not do it, Spiky. She will not leave her father. The love she bears him is too great.
But he is nothing but a drunken sot. 'Tis he who condemned her to this fate. How can she love a man like that?
He is her father. That is cause enough. He was once a fine man, a proud and upright man, and I believe he can be so again. It was when he fell into the clutches of Sir Pegram that he underwent this dreadful change. But he is her father, and she loves him.
I know not what it is to love a father or mother. My mother died when I was very young, and as for my father, I know not. But soft, someone approaches.
Not a sound or I'll shoot.
Then there will be a mighty sound indeed. Unless your pistol whispers shot.
What man is this, Hetty?
This Spiky is the highwayman who robbed our coach yesterday night.
And made a promise to return and help you and the Lady Camilla.
You? You want to help us?
Most earnestly.
But my lady already has a champion.
What? Who?
Here.
The boy? A child? What can he do? I come to save your mistress, Hetty. Will you help me? Or would you prefer that she become the wife of Sir Pegram Kentigern?
There is nothing I would not do to save her from such a fate.
Where is she now?
We are beneath her chamber window. See where the light shines?
Then I should go to her. Together we can help her climb down, can fly this dreadful
She will not do it. She will not leave her father. The love she bears him is too great. Even though he is a dreadful sort. He is a proud and upright man, and will be so again one day. He is her father, and she loves him.
Then I shall think of another plan. I must talk to her. I must see her face again.
Be careful. Yeah, don't fall.
Oh, Godfrey, I am afraid, but not of you. I am afraid of what may happen to me here in this sinister and horripilent house, causing one's hair to stand on end with fear.
Save me from this suffering. I feel so helpless. Tell me.
There is nothing, unless you have a fortune you can spare to clear my father's debts, and thus release us both from Sir Pegram's thraldom.
Alas, I have no fortune, but if I had, I'd willingly.
I know.
Perhaps there is another way. You are only in Sir Pegram's power as long as he's alive. If he were to die, if I were to kill him...
You'd risk your own life in attempting it. You must not. Sir Pegram is immensely strong and renowned for his skill in combat. They say he has the strength of 3 men in his one arm. The danger.
For you, the risks would all be worth it. For you, I'd gladly sacrifice my life. And though I may not live to love you in your freedom, I'd die to take away your fears and stop you being Pegram's wife.
I know I found my savior. In you I found a man I can adore. But if you throw your life away to be a hero, there would be nothing left for me. I'd be alone forevermore. We must be together now forever.
Love has faith in creed, we must obey.
Darkness wraps its velvet arm around us. So why then we sacrifice our lives? And no one Satan's power shall never more confront us. Now we are together, things are strong to be alright. We must be together now forever. Let us make the creed we must obey. And though the powers of evil try to sever, we know love will somehow find a way. Darkness wraps its velvet arms around us. So tender must be the wound of love. But you must Satan's power shall never overcome us. Now we are together, things are changed We must be together now forever. Let us make the creed we must obey. And though the powers of evil try to sever, we know love will somehow find a way. Darkness wraps its velvet cloak around us. So there must be a gleam of light. Satan's power shall never more confound us. Now we are together, things are bound to be
You must leave now. There is danger here for you. Please, for my sake.
Very well, but I will return. In the meantime, I want you to have this. This ring was my mother's. I never knew her. She died when I was just a baby. It's all I have of hers. Meant more to me than anything else in the world until I met you. I want you to have it.
I shall treasure it always. And here, you must take this locket of mine. I hear a noise. Someone is coming. Quickly! If you are found here, it will mean disaster for us all.
Farewell, my dearest, and fear not.
Oh, Godfrey.
Oh, Camilla.
My dear, you look flustered. Pray tell what has distressed you.
Nothing. Nothing at all. In truth, I feel a little faint.
Not surprised, my dear. With the window wide open, on such a very cold night, you will have caught a chill. I shall have to rub your chest with goose fat and give you a measure by special medicine.
You will do no such thing. Who are you?
This, Camilla, my dear, is your new maid, Mrs. Flitch. She will tend to your every need.
Every need.
She will always be at your side.
At your side.
I do not want a new maid. I want Hetty. She is my maid. I demand that she be brought back to me.
Hetty has left you without so much as a thought. I watched her from my lair. She set out across the marshes.
What? At dead of night?
There is a crescent moon. She will have put some miles between us now. Whose is this glove?
I know not.
Perhaps it was left in the room before.
But by whom?
By one of the servants, probably.
My servants do not wear gloves.
Perhaps it is one of your gloves, Sir Pegram.
And what need have I of a left-handed? Wait. I will leave you now in the safe hands of Mrs. Flitch.
Safe hand?
Do not let her out of your sight. Not for a moment.
Not for a moment. I'm our your devoted servant, ma'am. Devoted. Now let's get this window shut nice and tight and get you tucked to bed. You'll want your view to sleep. If you're to be married the day after tomorrow.
The day after tomorrow? You're mistaken. Sir Pegram said you were to be married in a month's time.
Changed his mind then. Just can't wait. You should be very flattered.
It's impossible. The day after tomorrow. That doesn't give us enough time.
Give who time?
Why, you and I, of course. Time to prepare for the wedding.
Don't you worry your pretty little head about that. Nothing will spoil the happiest day of your life. My pleasure. Mrs. Flitch will see to that.
How is my Lady Godfrey?
Lonely and afraid, but happier now for seeing me.
But have you got a plan?
Not yet, but I'm bound to think of something. Has Sir Pegram fixed the wedding day yet?
For about a month hence.
Good, that gives us plenty of time.
If Sir Pegram suspects there are plans afoot to save Lady Camilla, he will surely bring the date forward. We must not delay.
Why should he suspect anything? Stupid boy. Leave everything to me. Sir Pegram doesn't suspect a thing.
So we just sit around and drink our beer. And on this night so clear, we see our long-time comrade Godfrey is not here.
At home alone, in Midland Lane, sits Molly Green. She sits and weeps and longs for love that might have been.
But she will find, quite soon she'll find, the love that she believed she found had made her blind. And Molly Green, you mustn't grieve, but though you've seen your erstwhile lover leave your side, you will see you have a better love in me.
Trust in Goldfleet. You'll see how fickle man can be. There's always one in the midst money can buy. I wonder which of these poor peasants it will be who will provide the information on the sly.
What can it be when Pegram enters here and glorious? In this place that we consider to be ours, we are filled with good foreboding, feel our confidence eroding, it's not clear. What's he doing here?
Good evening, innkeeper. Bring me a bottle of your finest brandy.
Certainly, Sir Pegram, may be my pleasure.
Oh, and a glass of ale for the boy.
Of course, Sir Pegram. And may I say how honoured I am to serve you in my humble tavern.
Of course you may. You may also be able to give me some useful information. You see, I have some lost property which I wish to return to its owner.
What kind of lost property?
I have it here, a glove. A rather distinctive glove, I think you'll agree. I'm sure someone must recognize it.
No, not me, sir. I'm quite sure I've never seen a glove like that before.
Quite sure?
Quite sure, Sir Pegram.
And what about the rest of you? I'm sure someone must know the owner. I'd be most grateful for the information In fact, we'd pay most handsomely for it, wouldn't we, Flitch?
Indeed we would, most handsomely. My master's generosity is legendary. On his behalf I carry a small purse of gold pieces about me, for such purposes.
Not a flicker of recognition, Flitch. How disappointing. However, now we are here, we shall stay and enjoy our drinks. Innkeeper, do you have a private room or another glass? It seems our presence puts a stop to the conversation and mirth, and we would hate to be bad for business.
Just this way. I'm sure you'll be quite private in here. And ring the bell if you should require anything.
We will. But I suspect, Flitch, that what we require will come to us of its own accord before very long.
I'm sure it will, sir. Gold is such a very enticing metal.
Everyone in here knows who that glove belongs to. It can only be a matter of time before he finds out.
But how did he get hold of it? That's what I'd like to know. Godfrey will have left it where it shouldn't have.
Aye, you can all guess where that might have been.
Poor old Molly, what I feel sorry for. She'd do anything for him, stupid girl.
Yeah, and what did he do for her, eh? Not a thing, girl. Not a damn thing.
He always did have ideas of his station, that one. Excuse me, Sir Pegram, I wonder if I might...
But of course, please, have a seat. Flitch, a glass of brandy for our guest.
Certainly, sir. A very large one.
Your name is?
Vincent, my lord,
You wanted to speak to me?
Yes, I...
About?
Well,
a certain glove.
Yes, I did.
Tell me, who is the owner of this glove?
One Godfrey, sir.
Godfrey, tell me more about this man.
He's a highwayman, sir. A robber.
Is he now? I feel sure, Vincent, that you can tell me much more than this. Now, can't you? Perhaps you could even tell me how this Godfrey came to lose his glove in the bedchamber of the lady who is about to be my wife.
Well, I would do so, sir. I thought I could do so without any prejudice to myself whatsoever.
What does he take me for, Flitch?
You have nothing to fear but my master's generosity. And that's not to be feared, but to be highly prized.
You may speak freely, Vincent. I promise you.
Well, it all began yesterday, evening time.
All the lads in tonight, sir?
Oh, but one.
Out on snaffling game, maybe.
On his own?
Nah.
Carting then.
Aye, but who's he carting? Molly?
Of a nobility.
Oh, it's a night for ladies, that Godfrey.
Who hasn't, sir? Who hasn't?
No good will come of it. You mark my words. No good.
You sound like the prophet of doom, Edgar.
Aye. You mark my words, it's doom they'll be. I may be blind, but I can see.
God almighty, it's getting like a tune in here. Pick me another gist up and I'll give you a song.
We are kindred spirits, you and I, Vincent. This Godfrey thwarts the romantic aspirations of us both. With him out of the way.
If the plan works.
And why should it not work?
Will Godfrey believe the story he's told?
Well, if I tell him, of course not. But if Mommy tells him, of course he will. And why? Because she'll believe it herself, that's why. You leave that to me. You make sure you set the trap up, and I'll make sure he steps into it.
A man after my own heart. A toast to Godfrey. May he rot in hell.
And this time tomorrow night, that's where he'll be. Mother has made to such a fine lady.
Tolerable well, Flitch. Tolerable well. The lady, mind you, is not the liveliest of company. Somber-faced and sullen, I would call her, with airs and graces besides. Here I am trying to please her. And never a kind word. Never a kind word.
I would have thought she'd have been the happiest person in the world.
What with the wedding tomorrow and all?
Perhaps she does not love the man she is to marry. Perhaps she finds that man repugnant and his servants impertinent.
Ooh, there's gratitude for you.
I don't suspect, mother, that Lady Camilla's given her heart to another. I wonder who the lucky man could be.
You, boy, are an ill-mannered and conceited child who has obviously never been taught by his slovenly and ignorant trollop of a mother to show respect to his elders and betters, and perhaps even a touch of compassion to his peers.
Oh, did you hear what she called me? How can you let her speak so derogatory to me?
You, lady, had better learn to show a little respect to Flitch and his trollop of a mother. Or your life here at Kentigern will be, how shall I say, difficult. Don't you dare to threaten me. You will get your deserts, and sooner than you think, knave.
Will he indeed? And how will that be? Will some hero come and save you from your fate? No. Because your hero dies tonight, Lady Camilla. Your Godfrey. Oh yes. We know all about your Godfrey. And how he's been given certain information. What leads him to believe that you're leaving here tonight to Sir Peakham's house in Liverpool. And his intention is to surprise the coach and effect a rescue while he still can. And no doubt he's hoping to plant a ball of lead in my master's skull while he's about it. But he's mistaken. For instead of finding you, your father and your poor unsuspecting husband-to-be, he will find a coachload of armed men with guns blazing. So you see, it'll be the coach what'll surprise him. And what a surprise it'll be. I think you'll knock him clean off his feet, don't you?
Clean off his feet.
So you see, you will be at Kentigern for a very long time.
Very long time.
And you will learn to treat Flitch and his mother with the very greatest respect.
It isn't true. Tell me it isn't true.
To tell you it isn't true, but to lie. And that's something I won't ever do. I'll leave you now, ma'am, to ponder on your hero's fates. Farewell. She's upset, mother. You must give her comfort.
Oh, I will. I will. Don't you dare to come near me. Don't you dare to even speak a word, you evil and foul-smelling old crone.
What a wicked thing to say. What a wicked, wicked thing to say. If you was man, I'd scrub out your mouth with caustic soda.
Mrs. Flitch!
What do you want?
Sir Peakham wishes to see you straight away in the West Wing.
West Wing, indeed. I can't leave you here in charge of her. I've orders to watch her every moment.
He said that you had a key that you could lock us both in.
Well, I suppose there's no harm in that. What do you want?
Something about the wedding arrangements, I think.
I thought as much. Watch her. Darlot or not, she's not to be trusted.
Don't worry, I'll watch her. Listen, I haven't much time. She'll be back as soon as she finds out P-Brain doesn't want her. I bring you a message from Hetty. From Hetty? Where is she? How is she? She is well and close by. She said she has not deserted you, or nor will she. She said, don't be afraid, and that help will come.
If only that were so. But my one gleam of hope is soon to be extinguished.
But Godfrey, the thief is going to save you.
Alas, no. Godfrey is lured into a trap and faces certain death.
Oh dear, what a shame.
My only hope is if someone could warn him of the danger. If some brave person could get a message to him. You see, if Godfrey dies, then I will surely be married to that beast and remain his prisoner and slave for the rest of my wretched life. I could not endure that. But you could prevent it, Spike. You could save me from that direful fate and be my hero. And I would be forever in your debt.
You would?
Yes, of course. You would be my hero.
If I get a message to Godfrey? Save his life?
And mine, Spikey. And mine.
I'll have to wait until it gets dark, and then I'll sneak down to the village.
Ask for him at the Old Red Cow.
Very well. I'll try. It won't be easy. I'm doing this for you. For you, the risks would all be worth it. For you I'd gladly sacrifice my life. And though I may not live to love you in your freedom, I die to take away your fears and stop you being Pilgrim's
In you,
wife.
I know I found my Savior. In you I found a boy I can adore. For you alone can be my handsome, dashing hero. And if you save my Godfrey's life, you'll have my love forevermore. We must be together now forever. Love has fate decreed, we must obey. And though the powers of evil try to sever, we know love will somehow find a way. Darkness wraps its velvet cloak around us. Somewhere there must be a gleam of light. Satan's power shall never more confound us. Now we are together, things are bound to be alright.
I showed him when your master broke his finger. It's true, Flitch. I wanted to thank the lady. No one has ever shown me such kindness before. Yeah, not only again. Get out! I do not trust you, lady. And if I find that you've been scheming and plotting with that worthless little excuse of a child, then I warn you, he will suffer. He will suffer, oh Lord, and we will suffer.
And you will be all to blame.
Come on, my ladyship. I have a wedding gown to show you.
You look like you're in a proper state. What's going on?
I'm going to save the Lady Camilla. I'm going to be a hero, but you must help me.
What are you gabbling about? Slow down and tell us.
Lady Camilla has a hero, and his name is Godfrey.
Godfrey?
Godfrey! He's immortal dead. And I must go down to the village to seek the old red pig and tell him that Sir Peter has set a trap for him. And if he goes into this trap, he will surely die. And if I do this, I will be Lady Camilla's hero, and she will love me forever.
But you're not allowed out of the house, let alone into the village. If you get caught, it would mean...
I know. That is why I need your help. You must cover for me at dinner. You must make sure he doesn't find out. If he asks where I am, say, I'm ill.
It's too dangerous, Spike. You mustn't do it. Just think what it'd do to you if he found you out.
Don't you see? It is far better to die a hero than live my days here in fear and misery. To win her love, it's worth it. You will help me, won't you?
Of course we will. If nothing else, I'll have a story to tell about a brave and dashing hero.
A story? About me? I have never felt so wonderful. I feel I have a new life starting now. I must go.
Good luck.
Here, wrap this around you. It's bitter curled. Have this, Spike.
You look like a proper hero now.
Well, Spikey, that looked a fun farewell. On what journey are you embarking?
No journey, sir. I'm just going to tend to the fires.
The fires, oh yes, the fires. You do not tend fires, boy. You play with fire. And we all know what happens to little boys that play with fire, don't we? You grieve me, boy. I have nurtured you, fed and clothed you. I have given you a roof over your head. And all I ask for in return is a little loyalty and devotion, yet you betray me. You betray me.
You are a fiend and a monster. I will not marry Camilla. I will prevent it.
Oh, Spiky, you ungrateful child.
I have nothing to be grateful to you but this.
What a pretty little neck. What a pretty little neck. So you see what happens to servants who disobey their master. I break them, like I shall break you, if you make an attempt at following in the footsteps of our young hero. You have done well, Lich. Your information was unerringly accurate. I must find you a little present. Come with me to my lair. Clear away the mess.
Sir Pegram asked me to find Spike. He said he was down here.
He's here, my lady. There's your little hero. In trying to win your love, he lost his life. Look what you have brought him to.
Yes, you're to blame. He died because of you and made him take the risk.
You've as good as killed him. Nonsense! Can't you remember Spike's last wishes? You're treating them with absolute contempt. Do you not remember what he himself said only minutes ago? It is far better to die a hero than to live out my days here in fear and misery. Those words should be echoing in your stupid heads and filling you with shame, as I am filled with shame. When this mere boy was standing, his slight body held in Pegram's vice-like grip, did he beg for mercy? Did he cry and plead in order to escape his fate? No! He was defiant to the end. He hurled himself at Pegram and rained blows upon him. He was not afraid, as we're afraid. He was a brave and dashing hero. He claimed he felt a new life starting. It was short, but in it he achieved a happiness, a dignity, and a purpose that we have yet to find. And all of that was due to this lady whom you now accuse, while Spike's killer sits in his lair and celebrates with a large glass of brandy. And what had you to say to him? Nothing.
It's true. 'Tis Pegram who is the cause of all our misery. He's to blame. He's the killer.
Oh, my poor little Spiky. You are my own true hero. What shall become of us now?
What couldn't I do to him?
I'd like to lock him in a dungeon where he can't stand up, and there's slime on the walls and the floor. And it's underground and as dark as sin, the walls close in, so he ends up being rather thin. That's what I'd like to do to him. What could we do to look like him? We could let the dogs tear him limb from limb. We could bury him up to his eyes in the mud, and let the leeches suck out his last drop of blood. The only thing good enough for him
on your own and milking, girl. You've got to snap hold of it and realise men just aren't worth it.
She's right. You know she is. That Godfrey just ain't good enough for you, Mum. Bit too full of his own self-importance.
Always looking to rise above his station.
Too many airs and graces for my liking. Not natural in a man. Not in a real man, anyway.
I know what you mean, Luce. Talks too much.
You know what I say? Too much talk, not enough action.
Now my Adam is as silent as the grave, but when it comes to action...
It's no use trying to persuade me that I don't love him. Because I do. And even though he may have fallen under another's spell, he still means everything to me. And I would do anything to win back his love. Anything.
I used to be his little princess. He used to be my prince of heroes. He gave me his love. I gave him my life. Yes, I know that he's a rover. I should know he stole my heart, but I still need him. I still love Yes, I know I'm not as beautiful as the girl of his dreams. Yes, I know I should be happy because he's found her I thought that we were friends forever, that he would gladly make me his wife, but now he's taken away his love. He still has my love.
Well, Molly, there's one bit of good news. At least, I suppose it's good news.
I'm not sure it's a good thing you should tell her that, Ada.
Tell me what? Something that Vincent's been putting around. What is it you must tell me?
Well, according to Vincent, Lady Camilla and her father are leaving Kentigern Court at nightfall, with Sir Pegram, and they're to travel to Liverpool, there to board a ship out of the Cape of Good Hope.
where Sir Peregrine owns many large estates.
And where they're to be married. So perhaps, when Godfrey realises that there's no hurt for him, he'll come back to you, Molly, my dear. No, you don't know him as I do. He has sworn to save her, and I've never known Godfrey to break an oath. He would pursue them, and I would probably never see him again. But does Vincent speak the truth?
Why should he lie?
Then I must tell Godfrey. If he finds out that I knew this and did not tell him, then he would never forgive me. He has sworn to save this poor lady, so save her he must. Perhaps then he'll come back to me.
Perhaps he will, Mom. Perhaps he will. Head in the clouds, that one.
Poor girl, her heart must break. Aye, me's the one who'll break it.
Mug of ale, if you'd be so kind, sir. One for all day. I trust that you will still drink with me, old friend.
Aye. Life's too short for quarrelling. Much too short for some. But 'tis not my company you should be keeping, and you knows that well enough. You have a fair maid who loves you yonder. If you lose her, you lose your very soul. Nay, you lose yourself. You take heed of old Edgar.
Yes, but will she want my company? I fear I have already caused her pain.
Then put an end to her suffering now.
Molly, I didn't mean to hurt you. You must understand. You mean so much to me.
Do I, Godfrey? Do I really?
Of course you do.
And Lady Camilla?
I cannot bear to see any lady so cruelly used. Could you love a man who did not lift his hand to save the weak and innocent from evil? Such a man would be worthy of your love. Now would he?
No. You must do what you think is right. But there is something you must know. The Lady Camilla.
Yes? What of the Lady Camilla?
She is leaving Kentigern Court at dusk with her father and Sir Peregrine. They are bound for Liverpool, and thence by ship to the Cape of Good Hope, where they are to be married.
At dusk? How do you know this?
Adam told me. They thought it better you did not know.
Did they indeed? Then I must intercept the coach in Tarleton Wood. It's my only chance to save her.
And then, when you've saved your damsel in distress, will you return to me?
Of course I will.
Then tell me once more before you go that I'm your little princess. Tell me I am.
I have no time for such things now. I am in haste.
And where's young Godfrey going in such a great hurry? Looks to me like he has pressing business to attend to.
Aye, a matter of life and death. I'd wager. A matter of life and death.
Life and death, life and death. Before this night is out, our hero will have drawn his last breath. And on this night, this cold dark night, I feel that everything for me will turn out right. The cloak of fog hangs thick and still in Tarleton Wood. I smell revenge, and it smells very, very good. So soon, see, Vincent isn't quite the fool he seems to be. And Molly Green, you mustn't grieve, though you've seen your erstwhile lover leave your side, you will see you have a better love in me.
Don't touch me, don't lay your hand upon my breast, or when my Godfrey returns, he'll make you pay.
You token
my life begins, I set you free to be my wife. This night, this cold, dark night, I feel that everything for me will turn out right. I'm sweet revenge, our friends, like the diamonds I swear by everything divine that you are mine.
What makes you think that I would pay to be your wife? My love's forgot-free. Any other I would shun.
It's your revenge, you are my comrade of his life. You're up to something, you must tell us what you've done. What have you done, you brave love, what have you done? Oh, see a picture down the barrel of a gun. Your apple trickster and the secrets where a trophy, please believe us this out. What's it all about?
Do what you will. You can't save your heroic Godfrey from his fate. My friend Sir Pegram and I have seen to that. When he holds up that coach, expecting to find his lovely Lady Camilla, he'll be disappointed, but not for long. His disappointment will be cut short by shots which will tear into from Sir Pegram's men who pack the coach and are armed to their teeth.
You've led him to a trap!
Oh no, not I. All of you. Especially you, Molly. You told them about the coach, not I. So you see, you have your revenge for the way he treated you. Can't you see? I did it for you, Molly. I did it for both of us so we could be together.
Then you are a fool and a villain! What woman could love a creature like you? But you shall not succeed in your devilish plan. There is time yet for me to save Godfrey.
Molly, you're risking your own life, girl.
My life's nothing without him, Ada. I'd give it gladly.
We can't let her go out there on her own. We've got to do something.
There's nothing you can do.
Oh, isn't there indeed? We'll see about that.
I shall need our help. And I reckon Godfrey will as well.
Fools! Fools, all of you! You can't cross Sir Pegram and Vincent and come out unscathed! You'll see! You'll see!
Oh, Godfrey! Where are you, Godfrey? I can go no further. But hark! I hear the sound of a stagecoach approaching. I must stop it! I must stop the coach!
Molly! Oh, Molly! My dear, sweet Molly! What has happened? Are you hurt?
Oh, Godfrey, what I told you about the coach and Lady Camilla wasn't true. Although I swear to you I did not know that at the time. It was a cruel trick plotted by Sir Pegram and Vincent to rob you of your life. But I can die now, knowing that you are safe.
Die? Whatever do you mean? Oh my God, you've been hit! I must carry you to the village, to a doctor.
No, there is no time. My life is ebbing from me. Just hold me now like you used to do. Do you remember? I used to be your little princess. You used to be my prince of heroes. You gave me your love.
be my little princess. I used to be your prince of heroes. I gave you my love. You gave me your life. I thought that we would last forever. One day you would be my wife. But fate came between us, shattered our
She tried to stop the coach. In the darkness and the mist, they must have mistaken her for me. In saving my life, she died a noble death. She was a lovely and courageous girl.
This is all Sir Pegram's doing. It's he who was responsible for this tragic sight before us.
Yes, but there is one who still lives, who needs our help most desperately. You must help me to save the Lady Camilla. Molly tried to help me, and I know it would be her wish for you to help me too. We must go to Kentigern Court. We must confront this devil incarnate, and if necessary, we must destroy him. Well, are you with me?
Beware, Godfrey, for you are meddling with things you do not understand. Kentigern Court holds many secrets. In entering there, you may unlock doors that can never be closed again. Doors that should remain firmly shut.
We have no time for your ramblings, old man. We men have work to do.
Let today be the day that we take revenge for the evil that man has done. For today we shall make Pegram pay. There's a fight to be fought and a battle to be won. For we know we must tackle our foe. All our fears now are gone. Let's march on to the end of the road, and we'll see that at last we'll be free. We'll rejoice in our hearts as the tyrant lies dead at our feet. Let today be the day that we take revenge for the evil that man has done. And the battle to be won.
I can't believe that poor Spike is dead.
Sir Pegram's not an ounce of goodness in him. He's an evil and brutal murderer. That's why we must find a way to save your mistress.
Aye, and quickly, for 'tis late evening, and in the morning they have to be married. Shh, somebody's coming. This way, quickly.
You have no choice, Camilla. This marriage shall rid me of my debts and make you a rich and powerful woman. Come to your senses, girl. You may not love the man, but you will learn to like him a little.
Like him? He is a man who murders children, and God knows what other terrible deeds he has perpetrated. I do not even believe he is a man. Surely no man could show such total lack of humanity and decency. He is inhuman. Just look at what he has done to you. Can you not see yourself? He has turned you into his creature, just like this harpy. You will soon be no better than him, unless you heed what I am saying. That is why I beg you, I implore you, do not make me marry him. Please, Father, if you love me.
You selfish girl! I've devoted my life to you, and now, when I ask for just a little in return, you do nothing but complain. A dog gets my every wish.
Every wish?
Well, I will not have it. Do you hear me? I order you to marry Sir Pegram.
Marry Sir Pegram?
Now, to bed with you. Tomorrow is your wedding day.
Wedding day? Come on, my ladyship. Time for bed. Very well, Mrs. Flitch. I'll do as you ask. But please, just allow me a few moments on my own. Then I'll go to bed. I promise. Here, take this bracelet. It is a present for you. Very well. Just for a few moments, mine.
Life now is worthless, and hope is a lamp extinguished. There's only darkness now. Friends and family gone, like the one who had filled my waking dreams. Unprovided the strength for me to carry on. The nightmare is ending now. My cares left trapped by time. The clouds now dissolve before me, and I hear your voice implore me to enter a world where there isn't any kind of suffering or pain. I can hold you close to me again, knowing this is the start of life anew, and the time when all my dreams come true. So open my eyes and just see what you cries for me. Hold out your arms and embrace what you does for you. God will unite us in His love and care.
My lady! No! What's going on? What's going...
What are you doing here? I thought my master made it quite clear that you was not to show your face near again. He will not be pleased to see you.
Well, I will be pleased to see him. I came here to save my mistress from your master's clutches, but sadly I have failed. The Lady Camilla has just thrown herself from this window. He is responsible for her death as much as for the murder of Spike, and it is time for some justice at Kentigern Court.
Justice!
Yeah! And you'll not bellow to Tom's if you know what's good for you.
We know what's good for us, Flitch. Justice is what we want, and it's what we're going to get.
What you're gonna get, Master Eric,
is a sharp and painful blow to your kidneys. If you don't get yourself below stairs, double quick, and take the rest of this scum with you.
Is that so? Blow to me kidneys, eh? Like this.
We can't have that now, can we?
You don't scare us anymore, does it?
No! That's right, you don't scare us, sir, pea-brain.
Is that right? Well, I shall have to remind you of what bit is then, won't I, Eric? Well, come on then! Who will be the first to save his comrade before I break his neck? Just as I thought. Cowards all at that! Well, let this be a lesson to you.
No! You shall not take another innocent's life!
You! I ordered you from this house!
Yes, but I have returned and brought retribution for all the crimes you have committed.
Every secret now laid bare. We can sit and drink the finest wine inside the monster's lair. Let our voices sing in freedom as we dance upon his grave. For Sir Peagram's reign of terror shall be ended by the brave. Hooray! Where is Sir Peagram? Where's the fiend? I have a score or two to settle with him.
There is the villain you seek.
What? Dead?
Yes, all scores are settled now.
What of the Lady Camilla? I've come to set her free.
She has found some kind of freedom. Rather than endure the shackles of marriage to this fiend, she threw herself from yon window.
Oh, horror! 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 What have I done? What have I done?
This is too much. First moment. How can any man endure such pain?
Godfrey!
We saw him jump from yonder window.
As fortune would have it, a hay cart was passing underneath. I saw you, Godfrey, and all the others as you entered, and I knew I would be safe now.
Oh, my darling. One moment, Godfrey. Before you embrace the girl you love, there is something you must know. Listen well. For I had a daughter once, my pride and joy she was, and when she grew to maturity, I sent her into service in the house of a great lord. I thought that I was doing the best for her, that she would have a good life there. But no, this evil lord seduced my innocent Mary. And then, when he knew she was having his child, he threw her out into the winter winds. She returned to Scarlet ill, exhausted and ashamed, and there gave birth to a healthy baby boy. But in giving him life, she died. What could I do? I was old and blind and ashamed. So that boy was brought up an orphan. That boy, Godfrey, was you. Godfrey, it belonged to your mother.
Yes, I gave it to Camilla as a token of my love.
Show me that ring, Camilla. Yes, I remember this ring. It is a trinket I once gave to a girl called Mary.
Then you are my father, and you are my grandfather.
And Camilla is your half-sister. brother and a sister.
Brother.
Sister. What? Not dead? Let me give the coup de grace.
No, wait! I too have a story that's Some years ago, I too had my way with a rather pretty servant girl. When I discovered she was carrying my child, I dismissed her, never thinking to set eyes on her or her offspring again. I had given her a ring, silver, engraved with a snake entwined around a letter P. Yes, Hetty, the same ring that you are wearing now.
My mother gave it to me before she died. That means...
You have killed your own father. A fitting end for me, I think. Perhaps you have something of your father left in you.
I think not, sir.
That as may be. Killed by my own daughter, that's quite an achievement. Everything I have is yours. My estate, my whole fortune. I want you to have it. Enjoy it as much as I have.
My father? Yes, Hetty. And now he's dead. And you are one of the richest and most powerful women in the county.
Oh, Hetty.
I wonder why. I realise now that the love I felt for Camilla was from the very start the pure love of a brother for a sister. That blinded me to the true love I felt for you all along.
Did it, Godfrey? Did it really?
Oh, it did.
I must admit, I did see he was a knight in shining armour, but have since found a selfless, modest kind of heroism I much admire. Lord Southernwood, I hereby absolve you of all your debts and ensure that all that is rightfully yours is returned to you. I promise that I will try and right my wicked father's wrongs. I shall begin by renaming Kentigern Court. Henceforth it shall be known as Spike Hall. For, although I cannot bring him back to us, I will see to it that his spirit and courage is never forgotten in this county.
Yay! Let us celebrate the death of a tyrant!
Let today be the day that we celebrate as the end of our lifelong fears. For today we can say what we say without giving a thought as to whether the walls have been. And we know whether high born or low, nothing new light of dawn glitters on as the night disappears. And we see that at last we are free. As the tyrant is gone, see him there lying dead at our feet. Let today be the day that we celebrate as the end of our lifelong fears. For today we can say what we say without giving a thought as to whether the walls are his. And we know whether high born or low. As the
Yeah, they all.